Hi, I'll be instructing you through Surya Namaskar A, Sun Salutation A. Your hands can come hip-width distance apart or touching all the way together with big toes touching, or some people like to do one fist distance apart, but it will vary depending on which school of yoga you are learning from. So whichever feels most comfortable with you is fine to go with. So starting from our feet, we're really going to build the foundation up for our strong Tadasana pose, mountain. So you want to feel all four corners of both of your feet rooted down into the earth, spreading your toes wide and making sure that your weight is balanced evenly. You should be able to lift your toes off the ground so that your weight is really in the balls and the heels of your feet rather than in the toes. You want to start to engage all of the muscles in your legs, and you can take a slight micro bend in the knees. Make sure you're not hyperflexing here, but really activate those thighs and legs. Tilt your tailbone under and engage your abs, engage this core area. You don't want your bum sticking out like that. So tilt under and root down through those feet. Really active through the lower body and starting to bring that same energy into the upper body. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down so that your shoulder blades are sort of pulling together here in the back. And your neck is long and straight, keeping a long, straight spine. So you want to tilt your chin in a little bit. Usually we tend to stick it out a lot like this. So just tilt that down and in a little bit. And really start to energize through your fingertips, almost as if you have energy really shooting out your fingertips and down into the earth, just like the roots coming from your feet. Bring that active energy into the arms. Really feel yourself standing strong here. Mountain pose. The crown of your head lifts up, reaching toward the heavens. And you're being pulled in opposite directions. Feet being grounded into the earth and the head reaching up into the sky. You want to start off in this really strong mountain pose. And this is where we start our practice, from a very balanced place, a strong and active place. Surya Namaskar, or sun salutations, are meant to be a warm-up for yoga, but can also be an entirely complete practice in themselves. So they are activating and working every part of your body, and you could do that and have a complete practice. That's how it's considered. So it also just makes a great warm-up in the beginning of class, and it is meant to be matched to breath through action, breath through movement, and it's meant to build heat. So if you want to invite more energy, more heat, wake yourself up, get a little bit more of a physical workout, Surya Namaskar is your thing. Looking ahead, soften your gaze, and prepare for our sun salutations. You inhale, reach up to the sky, reach up, look up, keeping those shoulders down and back. Exhale, hands to heart center. Just warming up. Again, inhale, reach up, look up. And this time you can do hands through heart center or fly them out to the side as you fold forward. Knee to nose, bending the legs and really lengthening your spine. The goal here is to have a long spine as straight as possible, so you don't need to keep the legs straight. You can have them as bent as you need to relax that spine, and you'll still get a nice hamstring workout regardless. Halfway lift, you bring your hands to your shins or to the ground above you, straightening and lengthening the spine, keeping your gaze softly ahead, but not stretching or angling your neck up like that. So just lengthening your spine, straightening your legs, and then plant your palms, step back into high plank. In high plank, you want your fingers spread wide and you're really pressing through the palms of your hands. Elbows are slightly bent. Make sure that you're not hyperflexing there. And you want to make sure that your butt isn't stuck up too high or dipping down too low. So keep a strong plank position for one moment, and then on the exhale, you slowly lower yourself to 90 degrees. Let the elbows fold over your toes and press your entire body up off the floor so that now the only thing that's touching the floor is the tops of your feet and your hands. You slightly look up, not bending at the neck too much, and you lift the knees and the legs off the ground. Again, keeping the shoulders away from your ears, dropped down and back. And keeping the arms and the elbows tucked in toward your body. And then you again curl over your toes and lift your hips up and back into downward facing dog. You can take a few breaths here to walk it out, wiggle it out. In down dog, you want your feet to be about hip width distance apart, still with your fingers spread wide, your palms really planted into the floor, and your middle finger facing directly forward so that you're kind of making an L shape with your pointer finger and your thumb. And the goal here again is to lengthen the spine. So tilt your tailbone up as much as you need and take a bend, or tilt your tailbone up definitely. Take a bend in the knees as much as you need, is what I meant to say, to help lengthen that spine. Again, you'll still get that hamstring workout, but it's not about straightening the legs here. Over time, you can work towards straightening the legs, and you can work toward dropping those heels down to the ground. But that's not the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is that you want a long spine from the tailbone to the crown. So bend those knees as much as you need, and also keep that slight bend in the elbows with the eyes of the elbows pointing slightly forward and to the side. You don't want them completely facing each other, and you don't want them locked out completely facing forward. You want them kind of pointing in between the pointer finger and the thumb. So after you get situated in your down dog, find your stillness. Hold it there for a few breaths. Then inhale, reach your right or left leg up to the sky. Step it all the way forward as gracefully as possible in between your hands. And then the other one just comes right back up to meet it. Come right into halfway lift. And then exhale, forward fold, knee to nose. Bend at the knees, inhale, and reach up, look up. Join the palms together, exhale, hands to heart center, Samasthiti. And we'll do it again, matching breath to movement, now that you know all the technique to the postures. Inhale, reach your arms up, look up. Exhale, fly forward or hands through heart center. Knee to nose, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, making sure that your weight here is still equally over all 4 points of each foot, so you're not leaning too farther back like this, and you're not leaning too far forward. Well, I think if you were leaning too far forward, you'd probably fall forward. But really reaching the tailbone and the crown of the head away from each other here. Exhale to plant the palms and step back, this time using the opposite foot. Stay in plank for a moment. Really widening through the shoulders, through the back of the shoulders. And then to come down and switch it right into that up dog. Again, you're going to just shift yourself forward. It's a very slight movement, but I hope you can see me shifting forward onto the tips of my toes so that I can come down to a 90-degree angle at the arms and just shift right over into upward facing dog. So I'm never coming all the way down to the ground there. Make sure that you loosen your glute muscles so you're not putting too much strain on your lower back. And then again, curling over those toes, lifting up and back into downward facing dog. You know this posture, you know the technique, so take a few moments to walk it out, get comfortable, and then find stillness, finding the yin to your yang. From there, lift the next leg, the opposite leg up high, reach it forward, step it all the way through, and then just come right up to meet. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, forward fold. Again, bend at the knees. Inhale, reach up, look up, join the palms. Exhale, hands to heart center. Prayer position. Again, inhale, reach up, look up, exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step, or you can start to hop back now that you're warmed up. Reach forward and exhale down. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale, fold over, downward facing dog. And starting again, inhale, reach your leg up and through. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend your knees, reach up, look up, exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up, look up, maybe you take a slight back bend, and exhale all the way through, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or float your feet back, high plank, and slowly lower down. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And once again, you look forward. If you're going to hop this time, look forward, bend your knees, and hop very gently right to where you're going. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, reach up, look up, exhale, hands to heart center. We'll do it one more time just for good measure. Inhale, reach up, look up, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, step or hop back. Slowly lower down, still on the exhale, and inhale to come right to upward facing dog. And exhale it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, inhale, gather the breath. And exhale, hands to heart center. Samasthiti. Thank you for joining me today. If you have any questions about how to do Surya Namaskar A, let me know. Thank you.